Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I'm bringing you a video tonight titled "Masculine Men and Her Out of Body Experience." I got one for you tonight. But before we go any further, always know that my videos in the dating space, they're brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. And to everyone who's ordered, my new shipment is coming in this Friday, and I'm shipping everything out as soon as I get it on Friday. So thank you all for being patient, and everything is coming to you. But let's get right to it. Masculine men and her out-of-body experience. Now, what brought this video about tonight is this is a bit of a follow-up to my previous video, where I talked about never temper your words for women, and there were some more things that I had to say. The previous video was deep, but this is going to get a little deeper, and just hang in there with me. Just follow me, and I have some extremely elevated game for you tonight. But when I say masculine men and her out-of-body experience, I'm talking about the extremely attractive, the gorgeous woman, and what her hopes are for you when she meets you. Now, I want to get right to it. I'm getting right to it, okay? So there are some men who've made some improvements, or there are some men who are extremely attractive, who women will view as sexually attractive but not sexually desirable. And so when a woman identifies you as sexually desirable, this is what happens, okay? She will meet you, she may approach you, and she will offer herself to you. And I'm going to talk about why she offers herself to you immediately in the hopes that she has for you. So she'll offer herself to you, but she's doing it with the hopes that you won't interfere with the experience that she wants to have with you. When a woman sees you as so attractive that you approach her or she approaches you and she immediately introduces a sexual experience to you that she wants to have with you, a lot of times she does this because she does not want you to interfere with the experience that she wants to have with you. She's used to meeting extremely attractive men. It's intermittent, but she meets them often enough. But most of these guys do not have a full understanding of who they are and the gift that they have to offer her, the gift that they are to her. And they'll approach her on a ground that is not level. And since you're approaching her as she's better than you, even though she's identified you as extremely sexually attractive, then what happens is that she's trying to make something happen very fast, because she at least wants to know that she has access to the kind of man that she truly desires physically. And so when she approaches you and she offers you sex immediately, she's hoping that you do not get in the way and change her perception of who you are. She's hoping that she's not turned off. So a lot of times they'll offer themselves to you immediately, but it's not coming from a place of you're the quintessential man. She's so used to meeting men who don't have a full understanding of themselves that they disappoint her. And so she literally curates and guides the entire experience, hoping that you don't get in the way of the desire that she has for you. I told you I'm getting right to it. And so she'll offer herself to you, and she will be in a suspended reality. You're so attractive, you've worked on yourself, maybe you've heard some videos, you've inhaled some messages, or maybe you've just been given those attributes. Some men just show up as select. Shout out to Ron Wills. And she's approaching you because she wants to have at least a understanding and a knowing that she can get the men who are extremely sexually desirable. But there's a difference between a sexually desirable and a sexually attractive man. And so she'll offer herself to you. She will not allow you to get in your own way. That's why she's guiding and curating the entire experience. And she's hoping that you never put her above yourself. She understands the difference between a sexually desirable man and a sexually attractive man. A sexually attractive man is a man who has all of the physical attributes. He's worked on himself. He's offering the best version of himself to the world. And women, beautiful, gorgeous women, respond to that. And so you represent a suspended reality. This is a departure from what she normally encounters, and she wants to enjoy you. But she wants to fully enjoy you, meaning that she's going to offer herself to you. She's hoping that you can handle having a woman who looks as good as her offer herself to you. And she hopes after that that you know what to do with her. And if you know what to do with her, that simply means that you're never going to put her above yourself, even though she's gorgeous and she offered herself to you and you had a sexual encounter with her. That's the difference between her having a suspended reality versus being completely lost with you and you take her to an alternate universe. Every beautiful woman, every gorgeous woman is looking to be taken to an alternate universe. She's looking for a man that she can offer herself to, that knows what to do with her, that places himself in a masculine position, meaning he's not moving ahead of whatever he wants to do with her. She's looking to see if the man is not going to put her above him. And then now, once she is able to recognize that you value yourself above her, even though she's gorgeous, she's young, she's beautiful, she's in the prime of her life, she's looking for you to always value yourself above her because you're a safe space and a safe landing for her to be able to trust you. That's the difference between the sexually desirable man and the sexually attractive man, is the level of trust that she can have in you, that you value yourself above her because you're meeting all of her physical prerequisites. Every woman wants an extremely sexually desirable man that has a perception of himself that she can trust for her leadership, which translates to him being elevated into the sexually attractive man. Attractive is based on attributes. Desirability is based on physical appearance and prowess. So that's what she wants. She wants the safe landing in the space of the extremely attractive, sexually desirable man, and she wants to deem you through how you show up in her space as a sexually attractive man. The sexually attractive man is in fullness. He's fully inhaled himself. He understands that he was put here on this earth to lead her, meaning that he's not afraid to talk to her in straight lines. In my previous video, as I said, you don't temper your words. You give her guidance, you give her leadership, and you tell her exactly why you're there. And she's going to perceive this man is not afraid to lose me. As an extremely gorgeous and attractive woman, many men, regardless of how attractive they are, they're afraid to lose her. So she can have an encounter with that man, and she can say, this is another man on my mantle that at least lets me know that I'm in the space of the extremely attractive man. But she's looking for the man that's going to take her to the alternate universe, the man that does not value her above himself, because she understands that this is a safe space, because he understands his place in the space of creation. You're above her. You were meant to provide a version of yourself that she can submit to. She's looking to submit, and that's the difference between taking her to an alternate reality versus her being completely caught up in your rapture and you take her to an alternate universe. When you take a woman to an alternate universe, then she is yours indefinitely. When you, through your appearance and your desirability, take a woman to a suspended reality, you're hers until she can make the determination of the kind of man that you are and the place that she wants to put herself in your life. Suspended reality is suspended reality because if her reality is suspended, that means it can be brought back to earth. You're attractive, you're a departure, you're enjoyable. She's taking the lead based on her desire for you. But a suspended reality means that she is not completely gone with you yet. You're not a representation of an alternate universe. So a suspended reality can be anchored and brought back to earth because you don't have a perception of yourself that she hopes you have. And she's extremely attracted to you. She sees you as desirable, but she understands until you show up as the man that can take her to an alternate reality, an alternate universe. She understands that her reality is just suspended. She has hope versus rest. Suspended reality can be grounded. Suspended reality can be grounded. She's identified you, hoping that you have a perception of yourself that she can rest in. But a suspended reality means it can be brought back to earth. She can be grounded. She can designate you as the latest man that she desired physically. She offered herself to, but she couldn't trust. And she had to drop him off because this man did not have a perception of himself that she hoped that he had. So suspended realities are just a mid game. It's like shooting a mid-range jumper. Meaning that anybody can hit a mid-range jumper. But she's hoping that you're coming across half court and closing your eyes and shooting that ball and it hits all net. That's it when she's in an alternate universe. And that's what she's hoping for. But you know I like to tell stories. So that's where I'm going tonight. And yeah, this is that deep game. I don't know about what it is with 2025, man. But look, man, I ain't thinking about nothing. I'm spitting this shit real. I'm spitting this shit deep. That's what I'm spitting. So here we are. You know, I like to tell my story. So there was a guy, we met through a third party, you know, one of my best friends at the time. And he was, you know, another 6'3", you know, former Division I basketball player. And here I am, the 6'5" Division I basketball player. We're both extremely attractive men. And we met, you know, we clicked, we hit it off. And, you know, we started hanging out a little bit. And the crazy part is that, you know, we had names for each other, like No Diddy, you know what I'm saying? But we had names for each other. I called him Shamar Moore. He called me Morris Chestnut. It was just a joke that we had in between us because we had women that desired us so much, man. We were just laughing through life, man. And we were both extremely successful in our own rights. And we just clicked. And he had got out of a long-term type of situation, relationship. And the woman had taken full advantage of him. And, you know, he was looking for something different. So I tell you about these guys that come into my space that want to hang with me. He was just one of those guys. And I remember when he got back on the dating apps, he got on Tinder, you know, not too long after he wrapped up his last situation that didn't work out for him. And there was a woman who was a representation of everything that he wanted physically. You know, that tall red bone. We like the same type of women. And she was young. You know, me and this guy, we were both young. And, you know, this chick was younger than him and, you know, tall and accomplished, had her own everything. And she came at him, you know, off of the, you don't have to give you an offering. She made an attempt for him not to get in his own way because she looked at him as a suspended reality that she wanted to be an alternate universe. And so she invited him over. He came straight over. And mind you, this woman is young and gorgeous. She's not inviting every man over. She's only looking at men who are a representation of a suspended reality. And that's why she invited my homeboy over. And, you know, they did what they did. They got right to it. And she was I mean, she was caught up in his rapture, but she still hadn't made a distinction as to the type of man that he was, whether he was a suspended reality or an alternate universe. And right on cue, with this man not having a full awareness of himself, meaning that his perception of himself didn't match the level of attraction that he pervaded to all of these beautiful women that made them want him. She was looking for him to have fully inhaled himself, and he hadn't. So after he had the physical encounter with her, he's calling her phone. Where are you? You know, good morning, and you know he's doing all the right things in his, you know, like in his mind, because he looked at her as above him. He was trying not to lose her, and she picked up on it, and she looked at him as being like, "You're so attractive, you shouldn't be moving this way. I'm trying to take you from a suspended reality to an alternate universe." That's why she offered herself to him, so that he couldn't get in his own way. And he got in his own way. He pressed her out, he sweated her, and she eventually was turned off because he was coming on too strong. As an extremely sexually attractive man, you shouldn't come on too strong, because you're supposed to have other women that you've encountered that look just as good as her or better. And that's a hard realization to accept when you're in the space of a gorgeous young woman. But if that's your reality, it's your reality because you're operating in masculinity, meaning that no woman is more valuable to you than you are valuable to yourself. And so he didn't make the connection, and he lost her. And that's what I want to get across tonight. This particular gentleman, you know, he ended up getting married. He got an older chick that looked good, and you know, he knew her from the past and all this other stuff. He was just looking for the first pretty girl smoking that was just going to accept him and his insufficiencies, meaning that he had not fully inhaled himself. He was not capable of taking a woman to an alternate reality because he was lost within himself, because he did not fully recognize himself. You either have a superiority and a dominion over yourself, or you're lost in yourself, no matter how attractive you are, no matter how attractive that women deem you as being. And so he took the next thing smoking and had a kid with her, and she flipped out and all this other stuff. He ended up divorced, custody battles, you know, all that kind of thing. But it could have been different if he had an elevated and different perspective of himself as the man who was extremely physically attractive, but that fully inhaled himself and understood that no woman is more valuable than him. Then he would have represented the woman's alternate universe. There's a difference between an alternate reality and taking her to an alternate universe. That's the difference between she's still gauging you, she's still vetting you, even though she's extremely attracted to you, versus I am lost with this man because he took me to an alternate universe. And you want to develop yourself until the point that you're having so many regular experiences with beautiful women and gorgeous women offering themselves to you that they're nothing special to you. Every gorgeous woman, that's what she's looking for. That's where she wants to land, is with the man that she is nothing special to him. If she is more special to you than you are more special to yourself, she cannot trust you for leadership, because she understands that you were sent here to provide her leadership. If you're lost in her, you don't have sovereignty over yourself, and you can't govern yourself because you haven't fully inhaled yourself. You don't understand yourself. You don't understand your place in creation as the man that she was created to submit to. And if a woman doesn't see those things, even after she's offered herself to you, then she can't trust you, and she's going to discard you, because you have an intermittent understanding of yourself. You don't have a full understanding of yourself. If your understanding of yourself is not full, it's intermittent, and your experiences with extremely gorgeous and beautiful women are going to be intermittent because you can't stay. You're going to go from gorgeous woman to gorgeous woman because you have attributes that make you a departure. You're extremely sexually desirable, but you don't have consistent consistent experiences with the type of woman that you want to have consistent experiences with until you're extremely sexually desirable. And you don't reach that level of desirability until you have that level of desirability for yourself that is above any woman that you meet. It's as simple as that. And let's go a little deeper. Right? I'm going to talk about the man that the extremely gorgeous, young, attractive woman in the prime of her life chooses. Willingly chooses. Not settles for, but chooses. Meaning she'll never look around this guy, and she's completely satisfied with this guy because this guy is completely satisfied with himself. He has a full awareness of himself. No woman is greater than him, no matter how she looks. So you can have a woman in the prime of her life, gorgeous, world at her disposal. You can have this woman meet a man, and she offers herself to the man with the hopes that he won't get in his own way, right? So she's looking for a suspended reality that can translate to an alternate universe. And so this man who doesn't fully understand himself, but she's that attracted to him, he might give her mind-blowing sex. He might hit all those spots. But then he might do what the guy did in the example that I just talked about. He might blow her phone up. Where are you? You know, what are you doing? I want to see you. You know, he's doing all of the things that the lesser attractive man does. And she's confused and she's turned off because the man is so attractive that he shouldn't be moving that way in her mind. She's looking for the scent of other beautiful women on you, which means that she's nothing special to you. And so she can have a mind-blowing sexual encounter with him, but it's not optimized because masculinity was not attached to the mind-blowing sexual experience that she had with the man. So she'll discard him, or she'll just keep him as a placeholder until she meets the man that's operating in full masculinity. And she can meet a lesser attractive man that's still attractive enough that she's intrigued by him, that gives her a pleasurable sexual experience. Not mind-blowing like the other guy that she couldn't trust because he wasn't in masculinity. But she can meet a masculine man that's attractive enough that gives her a pleasurable sexual experience. Not mind-blowing, but pleasurable. And she'll choose him over the man who wasn't operating in full masculinity that gave her a mind-blowing sexual experience because she experienced pleasurable sex with this guy that was attached to masculinity. He didn't put her above him. And so she recognizes him as a masculine man, and she recognizes the other guy as just an extremely sexually desirable man. So a woman who's in her right mind, in right spiritual space and right mental health, she'll choose the pleasurable sexual experience that's attached to a masculine man over the mind-blowing sexual experience that's attached to a man who's not operating in his full masculinity. She'll be attached at this man's hip. It was pleasurable sex, meaning that she looks at him like, I can accept this pleasurable sex for the rest of my life because she's sold on him. She's caught up in his rapture. Because masculinity was attached to the pleasurable dick and pleasurable sex that he gave her. And that has more appeal than mind-blowing sex attached to a man who's not operating in full masculinity. So what I'm trying to explain to you in this video is that masculinity is the catalyst that gives her trust that she can fully insert herself in your space. You have to operate in full masculinity. You have to fully inhale yourself. Yes, you've worked on yourself. Yes, you're more attractive. Yes, you're getting intermittent experiences with women that are extremely sexually attractive, that are beautiful, that are gorgeous, that you wish you could pin down, but you can't pin them down because she offered herself to you, but you didn't come with the side of masculinity. And so you're frustrated. You're frustrated. You're on a coaching call with me, and you're like, I've made the improvements, and I'm having the experiences, but I just can't keep the women that I want. And shout out to all my brothers that are getting the coaching calls, because there's no judgment here. There's only answers here. And so these guys on the phone with me like, I just can't pin them down. I've made the transition, and I'm getting looks and glances and experiences like I've never had before, but I can't pin them down because you haven't fully inhaled yourself. You still look at her as she's above you, and you have to cater to her. And she can't trust a man like that, no matter how physically attractive that you are. She's looking for a physically attractive man who has fully inhaled himself. And when he penetrates her, it's a pleasurable experience, but it's a heightened experience because it's not just you penetrating her in a pleasurable manner. It's a heightened manner because masculinity is attached to everything that you're putting inside of her. She will ride off into the sunset with you. She will never look around you. She will never have another man enter her presence, even if he's more sexually desirable than you. She's so satisfied and she's so sold on the rarity of who you are that she will accept you as her optimal option, and she will never be tempted. The man that can give her an alternate universe type of experience, she is fully satisfied with him. She's sold on you. So just because you improve your looks, just because you may have made some improvements and things like that, if your mind doesn't match the magnitude of man that she perceives you to be, you will lose her. The sexy, attractive man is the man that will not lose her. And you'll lose some women because they can't function in your space, but there's a woman that's waiting to function in your space. She's prepared for you. She's waited for you. She's prayed for you. You show up as your best, optimal, physically desirable self. And she's hoping that you are your most sexually desirable self, meaning that you have a full understanding of who you are, and that you understand that you are so much of a gift to her, no matter how she looks. You're so much of a gift to her that you will never put her above you. And she can trust you, that she can submit herself to you, and you can guide her through life. That's why when you penetrate her, you're giving her pleasurable sex. It may not even be the best sex she's ever had, but you're giving her pleasurable sex. But the fact that masculinity, in essence and in energies that she can trust, penetrates her, in addition to the pleasurable experience that you're giving to her, now you are mind-blowing sex. The other man may have had the equipment, may have had the experience, but he didn't have the full awareness of himself. So yeah, he gave her some mind-blowing sex, but she couldn't stay there. He wasn't a safe space. But there's a difference between the mind-blowing sex and an alternate universe. And when you give her pleasurable sex, attached to a man that's fully inhaled himself, that is her leader, that she can fully submit herself to, now she's having an outer body experience. Every woman is looking for the outer body experience. And I made this video tonight to make the distinction between the man that she deems as sexually desirable versus the sexually attractive man, which is a representation of an outer body experience. I hope you understood it. I gave it up as best as I could, man. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bring you a video tonight. All I'm talking about tonight is, being that pleasurable man versus the outer body experience man. And I hope that made a clear enough distinction between the two. It's been brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. Because I know that we have something special here. You're hearing this game like you never heard it before. Because I'm myself. I don't want to sound like anybody else because I'm myself. I'm not anybody else. I'm me. And that's why my voice resonates with you. So continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have a custom video that you want me to make, I see you all in my comments. Just make a donation of $50 or more to my PayPal and my Cash App that's in my video description. Leave your note in terms of what you want me to talk about, the subject matter of what you want me to make a video about, in the note on PayPal or Cash App, and I will make the video. Your custom video will be up on my page, my channel, Matthew C. Horne Dating, in 24 hours or less. Or if your topic that you want me to speak about is more detailed and nuanced than just leaving a note, still make a donation in PayPal or Cash App that's in my video description, and email me at matt@matthewchorne.com with your more in-depth description of what you want me to talk about, and your topic will be covered in depth on my page in 24 hours or less. And if this message has been of value to you, if your thought process has been elevated, make a donation to my PayPal or my Cash App that's in my video description. That is a reflection of the level of game that I'm spitting to you. You're not hearing it like this. But make a donation that's a reflection of whatever impact that I had on you. I won't put a dollar amount on it. That's for you to decipher, but just make a donation. If I've been of value to you tonight and this message has elevated you, make a donation to my PayPal and my Cash App that's in my video description. And if you're in need of coaching and you know I'm your man and my voice resonates with you, then email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave coaching in the subject matter and leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issue that you're looking to overcome in the dating space. Leave that issue in the email, in depth, as much detail as you want to give. I will do an assessment and I will email you back relatively soon, immediately, and I will have your answers. I will have done a full assessment, and I'll get right back to you with the terms of the coaching, and the coaching will begin immediately. But thank you all for spending some time with me tonight. I've enjoyed this one. And just please understand that some men have elevated themselves, or some men are just so physically gifted from God that women offer themselves to him, but they can't quite pin down the woman that they want. It's simply because you are a representation of an alternate reality, and an alternate reality can be brought back to earth, meaning that she can lose attraction for you if you don't have a level of attraction to yourself. So you would rather have the suspended universe, the alternate universe, versus the suspended reality. I hope I made a clear enough distinction between the two, and that I presented this with clarity. But I'll be back with you very soon with some more videos, and I've enjoyed this one, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well, and I'll see you soon.